Today we're talking about places you should never bring your dog to. Make sure to watch till the end to keep your furry friends safe and happy. Okay, first up, let's talk about restaurants. They're bustling places where people come to enjoy a meal, catch up with friends, and relax. I know, your dog is basically a human in a fur coat. And they totally deserve a side of fries with their imaginary burger. It's hard to resist those puppy dog eyes, right? But here's the thing, guys. Most restaurants aren't down with that, like, at all. They have clear signs that say, "No dogs allowed," and they mean it. For starters, there are these things called health regulations, and they're kind of a big deal. These rules are in place to ensure that the food served is safe and clean. We're talking about places that serve food to the public, so having animals roaming around, shedding their fur into everyone's pasta, is a big no-no. Imagine finding a dog hair in your soup. Yikes! Plus, let's be real, not everyone is a dog person. Some people might feel uncomfortable or even scared around dogs, no matter how friendly they are. Some people are actually allergic, and others just might not appreciate your furry friend sniffing around their ankles while they're trying to enjoy their meal. Allergies can be serious, causing sneezing, itching, and even more severe reactions. It's just awkward, you know? It can ruin the dining experience for others, making them feel uneasy and distracted. So, do everyone a favor and leave your pup at home for this one. It's a small sacrifice for the greater good of everyone enjoying their meal in peace. They'll probably appreciate a nap and a chew toy more than a crowded restaurant anyway. Your dog will be happier and more comfortable in their own space, and you can enjoy your meal without any worries. Next up, we've got grocery stores. Now this one should be pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised how many people try to sneak their dogs into these places. Guys, grocery stores are basically giant pantries for humans. And just like your pantry at home, dogs aren't exactly welcome. Think about it, open bags of food, people dropping snacks on the floor, and those delicious smells wafting through the air. It's a recipe for disaster, and your dog might end up with a tummy ache or worse. Plus, just like restaurants, grocery stores have to follow strict health regulations. So, unless your dog is a certified service animal, it's best to leave them at home where they can't get into any food-related mischief. Alright, let's talk about hospitals. These are places dedicated to healing and recovery, where every detail is meticulously managed to ensure the best possible environment for patients. Now this one should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people think it's okay to bring their dogs to visit sick friends or family members. It might seem like a kind gesture, but it can actually do more harm than good. Guys, hospitals are places where people go to heal, and that means keeping things as clean and sterile as possible. The staff works tirelessly to maintain a germ-free environment, which is crucial for patient recovery. Dogs, as much as we love them, are not exactly known for their sterile nature. They bring in dirt, bacteria, and other contaminants from the outside world. They shed, they drool, they lick their butts. You get the picture. All these actions can introduce unwanted germs into a highly controlled environment. Plus, hospitals are full of people with compromised immune systems, and the last thing they need is to be exposed to any potential germs or allergens that your dog might be carrying. Even a small exposure can lead to serious complications for these vulnerable patients. So, as tempting as it might be to bring some furry cheer to your loved ones in the hospital, it's best to leave that job to the professionals. The human ones, that is. They are trained to provide comfort and care without compromising the sterile environment that is so essential for healing. Okay, let's dive into this one public pools. They're a great place for humans to cool off, exercise, and have fun during those hot summer days. Now I know what you're thinking, but Jenna, dogs love to swim, they look so happy paddling around in the water. And you're right, they do. Dogs are natural swimmers and they enjoy it just as much as we do, if not more. But public pools are not the place for it. First of all, chlorine. It's essential for keeping pools clean and safe for human use. However, it can be harsh on a dog's skin and fur, causing irritation and discomfort. Dogs have sensitive skin that doesn't react well to the chemicals. Plus, have you ever seen a dog shake off water? It's like a furry sprinkler explosion. Water goes everywhere, and in a crowded pool, that's not exactly ideal. It can be quite a mess. Not exactly what you want in a pool full of people. It can lead to a lot of surprised and unhappy swimmers. And let's not forget about the potential for accidents. Dogs can get overly excited or anxious in such environments. A dog who's not used to being around a lot of people in the water might panic, putting themselves and others at risk. This can lead to dangerous situations. So, as much as your dog might love to splash around, it's best to stick to dog-friendly beaches or lakes for their swimming adventures. These places are more suited for their needs and safety. Alright, music lovers, let's talk about concerts. Now, I love rocking out to my favorite bands as much as the next person, but concerts are definitely not the place for our furry friends. Think about it, loud music, massive crowds, and flashing lights. It's enough to make even the most chill dog go a little bonkers. The loud noise can be painful to their sensitive ears, and the crowds can be overwhelming and even dangerous. Plus, let's be real, no one wants to be that person with the dog who barks along to every song. So do your dog and your fellow concertgoers a favor and leave them at home with a comfy bed and some soothing music. Zoos! They seem like a fun outing for the whole family, including your pup, right? Wrong! Zoos are amazing places to learn about animals from all over the world, but they can be stressful and even dangerous for dogs. Think about it. Unfamiliar smells, loud noises, and a whole bunch of animals they've never seen before. It's a recipe for sensory overload, and your dog might react in unpredictable ways. Plus, we have to remember that zoos are home to wild animals, and even the most well-behaved dog can trigger a prey response in some animals. So, for the safety of your dog and the zoo animals, it's best to leave them at home for this adventure. Okay, let's talk about schools. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but my dog loves kids. And that might be true, but schools are places of learning, and having a dog around can be a major distraction. Plus, there are often rules against animals on school grounds, and for good reason. Some kids have allergies, and others might be afraid of dogs. It's important to respect those boundaries and keep schools as safe and inclusive environments for everyone. So, as much as your dog might enjoy a good game of fetch in the schoolyard, it's best to leave them at home for this one. Beaches with no dog policies, no bones about it, some beaches are off limits. Ah, the beach. The sand, the surf, the no dogs allowed? Yep, you heard that right. Some beaches have strict no-dog policies, and it's important to respect those rules. These policies are often in place to protect fragile ecosystems, like nesting grounds for shorebirds or sensitive dune habitats. Dogs running around off-leash can disturb these areas and harm wildlife. Plus, let's be real, not everyone cleans up after their dogs, and no one wants to step in a pile of poop while they're trying to enjoy a day at the beach. So, before you pack up the beach umbrella and the dog toys, make sure to check the rules and regulations for your destination. National parks with restrictions, nature calls, for rules. National parks are like giant playgrounds for nature lovers, but they often come with specific rules and regulations, and those rules usually include restrictions on dogs. This is because national parks are home to delicate ecosystems and wildlife that need our protection. Dogs, even the most well-behaved ones, can disturb these areas by trampling on vegetation, chasing wildlife, or leaving behind their, shall we say, deposits. Plus, let's be real, not all dogs are natural-born hikers. Rugged terrain, extreme temperatures, and encounters with wildlife can be dangerous for our furry friends. So before you pack up the car for your next national park adventure, make sure to do your research and check the park's pet policies. Crowded events, too many people, too much stress for your pup. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about crowded events. We're talking festivals, parades, street fairs, you name it. These events can be overwhelming for even the most social dogs. The loud noises, the crowds, the food vendors. It's a recipe for sensory overload. Your dog might get scared, disoriented, or even lost in the chaos. Plus, there's always the risk of them getting stepped on, tripped over, or even accidentally injured in the excitement. And let's be real, no one wants to be that person who's frantically searching for their lost dog in a sea of people. So, if you're planning on attending a crowded event, it's best to leave your furry friend at home where they can relax and avoid the stress. Keep those pups safe. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on keeping your pets safe and happy. Remember guys, our dogs are our best friends, and it's our responsibility to keep them safe and sound. So, next time you're planning an outing, take a minute to think about whether it's a good fit for your furry friend. Leave a comment below if you have any other places to add to the list, or if you have any questions. See you in the next video.